If you've been looking at the camera market lately, you notice everything is getting heavier, bigger, and more expensive. We are seeing cameras with massive cooling fans, dual battery grips, and price tags that feel more like car payments. But right before this year ends, I've decided to go in the opposite direction and purchase a much more affordable camera in the Canon R8. On the surface, it looks like a modest entry-level mirrorless camera. It's light, it's compact, and doesn't scream so much of a professional gear. But here's the secret. Inside this plastic shell is the same exact sensor and processor found in the $2,500 Canon R6 Mark II. This is basically a wolf in sheep clothing. Today I'm going to break down why I believe the Canon R8 is the most underrated camera on the market right now, why I believe the 35mm lens paired with this camera is the perfect partner, and whether or not you should be looking to purchase this camera if you're looking to begin content creation in 2026. I'm Desi, and this is my review of the Canon R8. Let's start with the heart of this camera. The R8 features a 24.2 megapixel full-frame sensor. If you're coming from a smartphone or a crop sensor that is APS-C, the jump to full-frame is the biggest level up you can experience. It's not just about resolution, it's about the look. Full-frame sensors have a larger surface area, which means two things: better low-light performance and shallower depth of field. When I'm shooting in a dim room or street at night, the R8 stays remarkably clean. I pushed this to ISO 6400 and even 12800, and the noise is handled so well by the DigX processor that the footage remains totally usable for professional work. For me, the real win is the video quality. The R8 shoots 4K 60 FPS oversampled from 6K. Oversampling is just a fancy way of saying the camera takes a massive amount of the detail and shrinks it down to fit the 4K frame, resulting in an image that is significantly sharper and cleaner than standard 4K. And the best part, it does this without a crop. You get a full weight of the beautiful sensor even in slow motion. When you pair that with the 10-bit Canon Log 3, you're getting a professional dynamic range that allows you to color grade your footage to look exactly like a cinema production. Specs are great, but specs don't matter if your shot is out of focus. This is where the R8 really punches above its weight. It uses dual-pixel CMOS AF2, which is arguably the most reliable autofocus system in the world right now. It uses deep learning AI to recognize subjects. It's not just looking for a face, it's looking for the eye of a human, a dog, a bird, or even the cockpit of a racing car. As a creator, I'm often filming myself. I don't have someone behind my camera to pull focus for me. With the R8, I can set it to face plus tracking, and I literally never have to think about that again. It's sticky. It doesn't hand back and forth. Even in low light and when I'm wearing glasses, it stays focused. For a beginner, this is like a professional cameraman built into the body. It removes the fear of ruining the shot and lets you focus entirely on your performance or your composition. Now, let's talk about why I carry this camera. It weighs just 461 grams. This is incredibly light for a full-frame camera. There's a concept in photography called friction. Friction is anything that makes you want to leave your camera at home. The weight, the bulk, the complexity. The R8 has zero friction. I paired this with the Canon RF35 f1.8 macro IS STM lens. If I could carry only one lens for the rest of my life, it might be this. It's a storyteller's focal length. It's wide enough to capture the room or a vlog, but tight enough that it doesn't distort people's faces. Because this lens is f1.8, it lets in massive amount of light and creates that dreamy background blur that makes your subjects pop. And since the R8 doesn't have in-body stabilization or IBIS, the optical image stabilization in the 35mm lens is a lifesaver. It smooths out the micro jitters of my hands, making my handheld shots look much more intentional and cinematic. It also has a macro capability, meaning it can get incredibly close to products or details, which is perfect for tech reviews like mine and B-rolls. Of course, no camera is perfect, especially at this price point. To get this performance into the body, Canon had to make some choices. First, the battery. It uses the smaller LP817 battery. If you're shooting 4K 60, it's going to drain very fast. My advice is buy 3. They are small, they are cheap, and having a couple in your pocket solves that problem entirely. Secondly, there's no IBIS. The sensor itself isn't stabilized. If you're a run and gun filmmaker who does a lot of walking whilst vlogging, you need a gimbal or a stabilized lens like the 35mm I'm using. Lastly, there's only one SD card slot. For most of us making YouTube videos or social content, that is perfectly fine. But if you're someone doing professional work like weddings, where you need an instant backup, this is something to keep in mind. But when you weigh these compromises against the fact that you're getting the R6 Mark II's image quality and autofocus for nearly half the price, the R8 becomes an undeniable value proposition. So, who is the R8 for? If you're a beginner who wants to start your journey with pro-level image quality right away, this is the best entry point. If you're an experienced creator who is tired of lugging around £10 rig for simple vlogs or B-roll shoots, this is the answer. I bought the R8 before the year ends because I wanted a camera that removes that excuse. I wanted a camera that was so light I'd actually take it with me, but so powerful that I'll never regret the footage I captured. In the world with overspec'd and overpriced gear, the R8 feels like the sweet spot. It's exactly what you need and nothing you don't. I've linked the R8 and the 35 lens I used on the R8 right in the description below for anyone looking to purchase it. If you're in Ghana, you can purchase it from Impact Photo Store. I've linked it down in the description as well. Anywhere in the world, there's also a link down in the description. If you have any questions about this camera, I'll be happy to answer them, so drop the comments down below. If you found this video helpful, do consider leaving a like, share these videos with someone who will find it helpful, and consider subscribing to my channel. I'm Desi, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you again in my next video. Peace!